You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the news, officials of the Grand Bahama Power Company defending its application for a rate adjustment. Also, downtown Freeport set for a massive comeback. And a group of travel agents exploring Grand Bahama. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Shashina Will-Farquharson. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping news this evening, the Grand Bahama Power Company is on the defensive tonight, explaining the reason for its rate adjustment application. This coming following strong backlash after the company announced that they had applied to the Grand Bahama Port Authority, its regulator, to adjust base rates. But since then, the government has issued a statement of its own stating unequivocally that any increase to any portion of the customer's bill will not be supported. Well, tonight, the Chief Operation Officer of the power company is coming forward to speak on the issue. The Grand Bahama Power Company admits that there has been many concerns coming in since the announcement of the application to the Port Authority to adjust base rates. The Chief Operating Officer, Nikita Mullings, in a sit-down interview with ZNS News, was candid about the backlash from the public and GBPC's stance.
Prior to the filing of the rate adjustment, we would have been aware and planned and prepared to be able to address some of the concerns from the business community, some of the concerns from our general service large industries, to better be able to provide them with the knowledge that they need to understand the why or what the rate application entails and how that would impact them.
She says this is in alignment with the regulatory framework,
which we are required to file every 3 years with our regulator. We have not filed for a rate adjustment since 2016 after Hurricane Matthew.
The government making it clear last week that they will not support any increase at this time. Communications Director Cleopatra Russell says the company is aware of the state of Grand Bahama and why so many are against the rate adjustment.
I think it's just important for our customers to understand that our commitment day to day is to provide them with the level of customer service that they've become accustomed to. That level of customer service has cost us more as a result of Dorian, as a result of the pandemic. We see this every day at the gas pumps, at the grocery store, at the lumber store. The reality is that the business side of Grand Bahama Power Company wants to ensure that we are able to provide cost-effective, reliable energy to our customers, and it is costing us more to get that energy to our customers' homes and to our customers.
Here's the breakdown of the proposed structure.
42% of our customers will not see an increase. 42% of our customers have the potential to actually see a decrease. What we did is we did look at being a progressive utility and aligning our rate application with the National Energy Plan that encourages energy efficiency.
She explains that the rate application has not yet been approved by the regulator, and there is a 45-day public consultation on the regulatory process. Well, these officials say, here's what happens next.
So as a Grand Bahamian, I am aware and I do understand the cost of electricity and how it impacts our customers. I am committed to ensuring that as a utility, we do our best to manage the cost to have the least amount of negative impact on our customers.
We also have on our website and on our social media pages surveys that we've been asking our customers to participate in as well. A critical part of this process is customer feedback. Following that, our regulator will give us a decision sometime in December. This is not automatic. It is a process that we've gone through before, and the regulator has done an excellent job of being very transparent and very open that they are committed to doing what is in the best interest of this island and holding us accountable for our levels of service and our levels of reliability.
Well, the Grand Bahama Port Authority Limited, or GBPA, as the regulatory authority with responsibility for the power sector in Grand Bahama and oversight of the Grand Bahama Power Company, issuing a statement on the tariff application submitted by the power company. According to the release, the application was received on September 23rd. As per the regulatory framework agreement, the power company is required to submit a filing for a rate case application, which should include a capital budget presentation, 5-year capital budget forecast, comprehensive plans on major operations, depreciation, and maintenance expenses. Now, as part of the consultation process, the Port Authority will provide public access to the rate plan proposal on their website and in local media. As regulator, the GBPA will execute due diligence and hold the utility to the highest level of accountability in order to ensure fiscal responsibility and appropriate investment is balanced with world-class customer service standards and reliability. The statement goes on to say that the Port Authority, noting that GBPA, that they will also conduct a 45-day public consultation process on the application prior to its final decision being made. The Port Authority goes on to say that submission of a rate case and GBPA's initial review by no means indicates that the application has been approved, but is a necessary part of a clearly outlined regulatory process. As per the regulatory framework agreement requirements, the Port Authority will thoroughly review the application in detail and provide a decision to the power company no later than December 1st, 2021. In other news, the injection of new business and economic activity could be just what is needed to bring the downtown city center back to its heydays. Tonight, the Minister for Grand Bahama is sharing exciting news about plans to revive downtown Freeport. The Minister for Grand Bahama excited about the possibilities of a downtown turnaround. She says very soon, the heart of Freeport will be transformed.
There are many things on the drawing board. I think day one, my first set of meetings turned into a tour downtown. And we're going to see a real downtown turnaround. Downtown is going to come alive because we are all aware that the anchor of downtown back in the day was the food store, the Winn-Dixie food store. Well, it won't be Winn-Dixie now, but food store will be opening back up, and other offices are going to be opening downtown.
She's also advising residents who have an interest in business to get prepared.
Look at opportunities for downtown. You may want to open up a business down there because things are going to be happening downtown.
And get this, the University of the Bahamas will also be placed downtown, which she believes will also assist in the flow of traffic to the area.
The University of the Bahamas will have a presence downtown, as well as being able to continue to be our research center in the East, in the location that was affected so terribly by Hurricane Dorian.
Minister Moxie says a number of other plans are in the pipelines and they will be announced soon. But she believes the revival of this island's economic center will bode well for businesses located in the area.
The businesses that have hung in there for so many years, just making it through all the storms and all the closures and everything else. They've hung in there, and so we believe that a new day is really, really here.
Meantime, the Ministry of Tourism is working to revive the island's tourism sector. Officials hosting a group of travel agents on a familiarization tour of Grand Bahama. The group arrived on board the Balearia Caribbean and were given a tour of tourism attractions on the island. Jamila Mizik reports.
The Ministry of Tourism continuing their efforts to promote Grand Bahama Island as an attractive destination to the international market. A group of 18 travel advisors from various travel agencies recently hosted here on Grand Bahama Island at the Viva Wyndham Resort. District Sales Manager at the Bahamas Tourism Office in Plantation, Florida, Felia Shiver says the familiarization tour of the island was a success.
We're excited to have them here, experience the island with all the island of Grand Bahama has to offer, and that's one of our main goals in general, just generating business, new and immediate, to the islands of the Bahamas.
She says the agents were able to experience a number of activities on the island.
They were able to come over on the Balearic Caribbean, get that experience as transportation, just to see how easy and accessible it is from the South Florida market over to one of our closest islands, Grand Bahama Island. And what better way to sell the islands than to experience the islands? So they've been immersed in numerous activities, such as, swimming with the pigs, just to get an idea of what their clients can experience when they're down. The whole goal is for them to bring clients over, and what makes this group so special, they focus in the Hispanic markets, and they were very eager to come over and experience Grand Bahama, and that is awesome for us here. So at the end, we want all of these hotels packed and ready to go.
Olivia Tito of the Punta Travel Agency based in Miami, Florida says they had a wonderful visit and are excited to return home to share their experiences with others in hopes of attracting more business to the island.
The agencies and the travel agents are going to be working on finding how they can conform a package, work on pricing, work on amenities offered, like also trying to attract the Hispanic market by bringing, Puncana's trying to prepare combos to bring artists or someone to do some sort of activity here that will attract the market to come over, or possibly work with the Bahamian government to work on family reunification kind of trips, like people that come from Cuba, that the families will buy the packages in Miami for them, and they will come and everybody will have a great time here. Work on different avenues to sell the destination to our client base over there, which is pretty large. And right now they're focusing on other destinations, so we want to include this.
Shamila Mizik, ZNS Network News.
Now to news from education. The Minister of Works and Utilities, the Honorable Alfred Sayers, was on Grand Bahama recently to tour key infrastructure on the island. One of the major projects to be assessed, the junior school in the Holmes Rock community. Tonight, the District Superintendent of Education says that they are looking forward to the school's completion and opening.
Work is steadily progressing on the junior high school in the Holmes Rock community. According to the Director of Works, Melanie Roach, work is expected to be completed by the end of June 2022, and the goal is to have the school fully open to students for the September 2022 school year. District Superintendent of Education Ivan Butler says that the school is a welcomed and highly anticipated addition to the island.
This facility will service 4 primary schools, the West End Primary, the Holmes Rock Primary, Martintown, and the Bartlett Hill. So it is a much needed school in this area. We welcome it. I want to also say that this school has some very large rooms, which is ideal for us, particularly in this COVID environment. So our students will be able to come to school comfortably. It is state of the art. And this is what we're moving towards with the technology and education. So we look forward to its opening. We anticipate we're going to hold it directed to that date. And we really, really welcome this addition. We really, really welcome this addition in the Grand Bahama area.
The district superintendent adding that the school will benefit hundreds of students in the Western District.
We have a minimum of about 400 students that graduate or move from primary school into the secondary school every year. Most of those students have to go into the Freeport area, or they do go into the Freeport area. But this school, we feel, will definitely keep them in West Grand Bahama.
Butler noting that last year, Grand Bahama boasted of being the largest district to have face-to-face learning safely during the pandemic, and adds that parents are anxiously awaiting this sense of normalcy. He says now that the students are learning virtually, this district is still leading the way.
We are awaiting protocols as it relates to the Ministry of Health. But again, I also want to say that the Grand Bahama District is still leading the nation with online students who are online, who are registering online. So our students are online, taking advantage of the virtual platform. Nevertheless, we would like them, we understand that the brick and mortar situation is the best one for our students, but it's only a matter of time now. We feel that our students will be back in school.
Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
That's going to take us to our first break. Stay with us. There's more news when we come back.
On down now.
For your large and small generators, propane and butane stoves, LED flashlights, fuel canisters, coolers, batteries, gas and electric chainsaws, cooking supplies, tarps, matches, duct tape, and more.
We plan for where we are today. A strong company, a powerful network, built by the people, for the people, because we believed in best, because we lived for the moments, and we delivered. You know what we were. Now, you get to see who we are. We are alive.
Attention, all building contractors and home owners. Conant Bahamas, your competent home improvement store, now has in stock kitchen cabinets, granite and quartz countertops, porcelain tiles, vinyl and laminated flooring, PVC windows, and so much more. Visit any one of our 4 locations today: Freeport, Nassau, Abaco, or Eleuthera, where we are committed to offering excellent customer service. You dream it, we design it, we deliver it.
It's fall at the Dollar Plus store in downtown Freeport with bargains galore. Score great deals on Halloween costumes and supplies. We have snacks, gift bags, toys, and everything you need for parties and birthdays. And you know you can always find great prices on household items, cleaning products, health and beauty, and hair accessories. Visit Dollar Plus for these great deals and many more.
Best rate, no delay. Best rate, no delay. BTC gives more savings on the best fiber internet. It's super fast with super savings in every package. Compare and see for yourself. Enjoy the best home internet experience for all your work, study, and entertainment. Best rate, no delay. Best rate, no delay. Visit a BTC store to sign up for the best internet experience on the Bahamas' best fiber network.
Third Dimension on Yellow Pine Street introduces its new home improvement center. Step into our brand new, fully stocked showroom for the latest in doors, tiles, housewares, kitchenwares, bathwares, vanities, power tools, electrical, and plumbing supplies. So stop by our showroom to view our full range of products or call the Home Advisor hotline at 602-0935 today. We are your home advisors.
That's what I told her. Bring the winding thing here. This is Rick and Script, so show me emotion. Hey, wind and go down low.
The King of the North is back. Power 104.5 FM.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. Students of a local institution on Grand Bahama getting a pleasant surprise this morning. The Governor General of the country, His Excellency Cornelius A. Smith, visiting the I-CAN Community School. He shared his life story and encouraged the young ones to always follow their dreams. Our Talia Hall was there.
You can become whatever you want to be. Those were the words given to students of the I-CAN Community School by Governor General Cornelius A. Smith. The Governor General sharing his story and how he rose to the position of Governor General. He says it was his involvement in public service that propelled him to the top.
There is no better profession than public service. Providing service to humanity, service to your community, and you can provide that service in so many ways. As a teacher, you provide service. As a doctor, you provide service. As an engineer, you provide service. But whatever your vocation is, use it to provide service to your country.
These students say meeting the Governor General is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
It was very special to me. Like,
definitely a moment in my life that I remember.
Meeting the Governor General is a good honor because we don't really get opportunities like this. And, you know, it's a memory to keep as a kid where you could tell your grandkids, oh, I met the Governor General before he goes on. So it's very amazing.
I feel awesome, but I was like red because he was like right in my face, and then at the same time he was asking me questions, but in my head I was like, oh my gosh, I'm really speaking to him. And then I just feel happy like that to talk to somebody like that.
Managing Director of the institution, Kevin Tomlinson, thanking the Governor General for taking time out to speak with the group.
He's all about his community and building the mindsets of the children, and him giving his personal story today of how he grew into the position that he's at really spoke and said a whole lot. And this is what ICANN Community School is about. It's about bringing social studies, history, bringing the future to life. They can only become what they see.
A presentation was then made from the school to the Governor General. It's Halia Hall, ZNS Network News.
Meantime, a groundbreaking ceremony taking place at the Champs Community Center, the home of the Falcons Boys Club, as they move on to phase 2 of construction. The boys mentoring program has been in existence for over 20 years, and the director says with the help of generous donors that they are moving full steam ahead. Ramiko Knowles has more.
The Champs Community Center sits on 1.47 acres of property, and plans are in motion to have Phase 2 completed by March of 2022. Director Darren Rose says to date, over 75,000 young men have passed through the camp free of charge, and he's thankful to all of the individuals and companies who partnered with him to make it possible.
You're sitting in a facility that persons from all over the island of Grand Bahama, all over the islands of the Bahamas, have contributed. They have not just contributed their prayers, they have not just contributed their presence, they have not just contributed their purse, but they have contributed their partnership. And I want all of you to know this afternoon, for young men to succeed, it must take a partnership. It must take a partnership. One quote says, for evil to thrive, a few young men must do what? You know what it says? A few young men must do nothing.
Vice Chairman of the Grand Bahama Port Authority, Sarah St. George, says it is an honor for the GBPC to lead the charge in investing both funding and energy into the Champs Community Center, where hundreds of young men find guidance, love, and unlock their potential.
Shortly after inception, 25 years ago, moving forward to 18 years ago, the GBPA pledged to support this club through numerous initiatives. And we saw the vision Pastor Roll had for the Boys Club. And we saw at once how many young men could benefit immensely from it. And we believed in the club then, and we believe in it now, if anything even more so. And we enthusiastically at the Port Authority pledge our support going forward.
District Superintendent of Education Ivan Butler and Rotary Club member Stephen Gunn commending Director Darren Roll on the job he is doing with young men.
We in education, we always partner with any entity, any person, any organization that has the welfare and the well-being of our children. And we believe in that adage that it takes an entire village to raise a child. And so what Mr. Roll is doing, we are very pleased.
I remember when Darren came to me, it's been impossible to tell him no ever since. He asks everybody, and I'm sure everybody that's in here is well aware of the fact you can't tell Darren no. He has a driving force within himself, and it's not just Darren Roll, it's his support team.
President of Champs Mission, Pastor Rick Schusler, says he is happy to know that work is about to commence on Phase 2 as they continue the ministry at the center.
Going over to the other piece of property, getting all the facility there. It's exciting that we'll be able to train young men in job force, like in a training center, that they can go off and do the work and not have to go to over to the United States for college. And they'll be able to stay right here and become great citizens because one man had a dream, and the dream is continue on.
Ramiko Knowles, ZNS Network News.
And that's a look at stories making news. Your evening sports report is up next with Ramiko Knowles.
The This is ZNS Total Sports, your source for sports in the North. I'm Ramiko Knowles. Topping sports, Bahamian athletes are putting the Bahamas on the world stage in various sporting disciplines, and as a result, scouts from around the world are zooming in on the talent that exists in the Bahamas, but more specifically, Grand Bahama. Head basketball coach of Fordham University in New York, Kyle Neptune, along with others visiting Grand Bahama to speak with coaches of Tabernacle Baptist Academy. He says there is a wide range of opportunities that exists for Bahamian athletes at their college.
Opportunities in sports are unbelievable and endless. I mean, right now, I play basketball, and now I'm a coach making my living playing basketball. And I think it could be the same thing for anyone, right? If you grow up, you get free education, and then you grow through that as well. You grow your network, and you meet a lot of different people. And, you know, if you just get a free education, that's huge for anyone. And then if you're lucky enough to make a living playing or working in a sport that you love, that's even better.
Neptune was recently hired as the head coach, and he says they're looking to recruit players from Grand Bahama.
Obviously, the Bahamas the last couple of years has been a hotbed of talent, so we came down to look at a couple of guys and, you know, hopefully be able to snag a couple of them and bring them back to Fordham with us. I think Fordham University is an unbelievable academic institution, top 50 institution academically. It's in the middle of New York City. So between the academic opportunities and the opportunities in New York City, one of the best cities in the world, it's just a great place to go to school.
He shares some of what they're looking for in players.
First thing is not even their talent. I mean, if you don't have the academics, the academic side, we can't even look at you. So that's first and foremost. And then we want to look at guys who are coachable, who listen to their coaches, who will do what the coaches say. Because if you're not doing what your coaches say here, you're not going to be able to do it for us either. So obviously you have to have a certain level of talent, but it starts with off the court and academics.
Now, we understand that a former basketball player of Tabernacle may receive a full scholarship to the university. However, recruiters were unable to disclose that information, but it is a story that we are following. And that is your check on sports. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Ramiko Knowles. Until next time, make it a great one.
Elevate your fiber home internet and unlock an unlimited mobile experience.
Island Bedding is the Bahamas' leading manufacturer in mattress sets. But did you know we also carry top quality products like pillows, comforters, sheets, and much more. Our furniture line is also expanding to meet the needs of those rebuilding. We have bedroom sets, sofa beds, recliners, accent pieces, and so much more. Come and experience Island Bedding today, where everybody deserves their own island.
Hi, I'm Olympia Ferguson from Budget Pest Control. On Grand Bahama, there are only two types of homes, those with termites and those that will have termites. The signs you should look for are drywood termite fecal pellets, subterranean termite shelter tubes, and of course damaged wood. We now have on Grand Bahama the Coptotermes formosanus, or the super termite, which can do extreme damage in a very short period of time. To know more and to protect your investment, contact the termite experts at Budget Pest Control. With us, it's not just a company behind you, but a family. We are located on 13 Forest Avenue. Call us today at 351-7378.
Best rate, no delay. Best rate, no delay.
BTC gives more savings on the best fiber internet. It's super fast, with super savings in every package. Compare and see for yourself. Enjoy the best home internet experience for all your work, study, and entertainment.
Best rate, no delay. Best rate, no delay.
Visit a BTC store to sign up for the best internet experience on the Bahamas' best fiber network.
Are you tired, overweight, having trouble sticking to your health and fitness goals? Well, look no further. The Fitness Connection has teamed up with ZNS to bring you Health Bites. This and every Thursday, tune in, and we'll make sure you get on track and stay on track with your health and fitness goals. Tune in.
King of the North is back. Power 104.5 FM.
your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Tassanika Cooper, you are our Facebook friend today. We are grateful for your support. And that's going to do it for us here in the North. On behalf of our entire ZNS News team, I'm Shoshana Wolf-Farquharson. The Bahamas Tonight continues.
Coming up in the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, Young World Ambassadors called to action. The former Prime Minister begs forgiveness. Tested and tried, wary straw vendors speak out. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report starts now.
This portion of the news is brought to you by BTC Super Fast Internet for Less. Best rate, no debate. Sign up today.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Akush Lopinder, and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Topping the news, Prime Minister, the Honorable Philip Davis, is preparing to advocate for the changes that will buffer what he referred to as the greatest existential threat the Bahamas has ever faced. The Prime Minister previewed the message he wants the world to act on when he addresses the Climate Change Conference in Scotland later this month. In his virtual speech today to the One Young World Youth Ambassador Summit, Keishla Adderley has more.
The summer of 2021 was the hottest on record. As hot as this summer has been, many predict that it may be the coolest summer we experience for the rest of our lives if decisive action is not taken.
Like the temperatures, the climate change debate is heating up. Ahead of the much-anticipated United Nations Climate Change Conference in Glasgow, Scotland in November, the Prime Minister delivered a virtual address to the One Young World Ambassadors Forum, previewing the urgent message he's determined to drive home on behalf of a vulnerable Bahamas.
An estimated 15% of our national GDP and 11% of our people are threatened by the accompanying rise in sea level. Our marine life and fisheries are also at risk as climate change threatens the survival of critical marine habitats like coral reefs. We need big, radical changes to abate this trend and save countries like the Bahamas from a perilous fate. Every coastal region in the world has been or will be severely impacted by climate change in some way. The world is running out of time.
Fears that record-setting Hurricane Dorian's fury could become a recurring event, also driving solutions that go beyond the obvious threats.
Take food waste, for example. Food waste accounts for an estimated 10% of global greenhouse gas emissions. That's more than the airline industry. Yet, it is rarely discussed within the climate change discussion. We could make a considerable dent in emissions just by eliminating the amount of waste produced at our dinner tables and in our local restaurants, farms, and factories. Of course, my objective is not to single out any single industry, but to point out the need for widespread, multi-sectorial reforms for us to have a real shot at halting and reversing the effects of climate change.
The Prime Minister has offered an open invitation for One Young World Youth Ambassadors to hold its summit in the Bahamas as they plan for the future they will occupy. To the current leaders, this urgent admonition.
As we miss global targets for emissions, we also recommit and promise to do better the following year. There seems to be a running assumption that there's always another chance to turn it all around. Unfortunately, the day is fast approaching when we will be out of extra chances. When it comes to climate change, indecision and procrastinations are luxuries we cannot afford.
Keishla Adderley, ZNS Network News.
Well, meantime, all eyes on Haiti as kidnappings in that country are on the rise, with gangs demanding millions in ransom. Haiti has even become one of the kidnapping capitals of the world as people there are concerned about being the next victim. Just this weekend, UNIFEC sounded the alarm over abductions of women and children in that impoverished country. International reports are that there have been 800 kidnappings in that country so far this year, with 119 people abducted in the first half of October alone. Just last weekend, 17 missionaries from the United States and Canada were kidnapped while returning from a visit to an orphanage. With Bahamian Embassy having a presence in that country, foreign affairs officials say they are closely monitoring the situation with a view to taking urgent action to protect staff if need be.
The kidnappings, from what I understand, are largely outside of the Port-au-Prince area, but it's a situation that we are monitoring very, very carefully. Every day, almost every hour, we're in close touch with the Charge d'Affaires, Betty Greenslade. We are looking at all of these safety briefings being provided by the UN and other countries with larger embassies than ours. We're keeping very close to the safety information that we're getting. As from what we can tell right now, our staff is not in any danger. They are in a somewhat protected area, which is where most of the diplomats are.
Meantime, 6 murder suspects are on the loose, and with your help, police are hoping to close in on them much sooner than later. Look at these faces. Shaquille C4 Stirrup is 28 years old. No word on his address, and his description is limited to his complexion as dark brown. Wilson Capita is a 30-year-old resident of Quarry Mission Road who's said to be medium build and medium brown-skinned, that is, with medium build. Next up, 28-year-old Adari Wright of Wrights Lane, Fox Hill, who's down as dark brown-skinned, between 5'6" and 5'9", and slim build. 2 years younger, at 26 years old, is Vernal Stubbs. Police have pegged the Slave Street Ridgeland Park resident's description down as medium brown and slimmed. Also 28 is Byron Demerit. His last known address, Garden View Estates. Demerit's dark-skinned, between 5'11" and 6 feet, and slim build. The baby of the bunch, Erlinsky Carsteel, also known as Keno Carsteel or World's Boss. The 19-year-old is off Golden Isle Road. He's dark brown, somewhere between 5'6" and 5'9" inches tall and slim. Anyone with information on any of the suspects' whereabouts should call into the Criminal Investigations Department, and that's at 502-9991, 502-9992, or download the P3 Tips app. Ongoing challenges in the judiciary impacting the timely administration of justice in the country, and this despite ongoing reforms in the system nationwide. However, the Chief Justice says those issues are being addressed. Fern Carey reports.
Head of the legal system, Chief Justice Brian Maury Cusey, says significant staffing shortages in the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, located in Charlotte House, are currently being addressed. He says the move is necessary as the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions is responsible for the prosecution of all criminal matters before the Supreme Court and also has oversight of prosecutions in the magistrate courts.
Their staffing issues also affect the calendar of the court, because obviously cases cannot proceed without prosecutors. So I have addressed these matters with the former Attorney General and with the new Attorney General. And I'm hoping that we could see some movement in addressing these systemic problems, which together with the additional judicial resources, I think will allow us to make a serious dent in the backlog.
While steps are being taken to address the backlog of cases on the criminal and civil side of the court, the Chief Justice says systemic challenges are also resulting in delays in criminal matters coming to trial, especially as it relates to sexual offenses cases.
It's taking between 12 and 24 months to get forensic evidence in the context of ballistics and also DNA evidence, specifically with regard to sexual offenses cases. And so again, those cases cannot go to trial until we have that evidence.
And while an acting coroner has been appointed to preside over inquests, spacing challenges still exist as coroner's court matters are currently being heard in the magistrate court building.
We just need to be provided with a physical space in order to accommodate the number of people. That simply requires finding a building somewhere. We don't have the space within the magistrate's court building on Nassau Street. So we're looking at seeing what we can do. We may be able to change around some of the courts and see if we can find a room large enough to accommodate the panel for the inquest. So we either have to find some space there or we have to be provided with alternative accommodation.
Fern Carey, ZNS Network News.
A man who was punched in the mouth by a police officer, which resulted in 8 of his teeth being damaged, has been awarded $82,856 in damages. The incident unfolded around 2 a.m. on October 5th of 2019 as Morley and a woman were talking outside Club Envy. Constable Courtney Hall then approached the couple and asked if they were talking about him. The constable then reached for his firearm and pointed it at Morley, placing him in fear of his life. Hall then identified himself as a police officer. However, it must be noted that he was not on duty at the time, and the evidence suggests that he was not carrying out any official police duties at the time. Morley then immediately left the club, but while traveling south on East Street near Big One Shoe Store, he was stopped by a marked police vehicle driven by police officers who ordered him and his passenger to exit the vehicle. As Morley was exiting the vehicle, while Hall arrived on the scene in a private vehicle, approached Morley and punched him twice in the mouth, resulting in 2 of his teeth immediately becoming loose. The incident also resulted in 8 of Morley's teeth being damaged. He underwent medical dental treatment, which required an 8-unit bridge costing $9,856 to repair his teeth. During the police tribunal, Constable Courtney Hall pleaded guilty to the offenses. Assistant Registrar Ronaldo Toot indicated in his ruling handed down October 22nd that damages were awarded to Morley as compensation for assault and battery, exemplary and aggravated damages, and legal cost. Toot also found that the constable's conduct was high-handed and outrageous, noting that from the evidence it appears that the sole reason for the assault was to publicly showcase Hall's machismo. Well, former Prime Minister, the Most Honourable Dr. Humane Minnis, yesterday asking for forgiveness in a tearful apology for mistakes he may have made while in office. Minnis, who released a statement last week explaining that he will not be contesting the leadership of the party when it meets in convention next month, was addressing the Free National Movement's 50th anniversary church service as he again declared his support for the work of the party going forward.
As a former Prime Minister, and whatever role is assigned to me, I will support the work of the opposition. To advocate on behalf of the Bahamian people and to hold the government accountable.
Emotional, Dr. Minnis said this to constituents and his family.
Where I have made mistakes, I ask for your forgiveness. I am not perfect, and I never will be. Let me end by thanking my wife, Patricia.
Remember to tune in to the morning edition with LaDawn Davis and Charles Fisher at 7 o'clock weekday mornings. We also have news updates at every hour starting at 2 p.m. You can then watch the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, at 6:30 and the National Report live at 7 p.m. All right here on the ZNS Network.
This portion of the news was brought to you by Sun Oil Limited Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
You are a healthcare worker. Thank you for fighting on the front lines against COVID-19. It is normal to feel stressed when taking care of others who don't feel well. But remember to take care of yourself. Don't forget to rest between shifts, eat healthy meals, engage in physical activity, and stay connected to family and friends. Avoid harmful coping strategies like drinking alcohol. For managers of healthcare workers, the same tips apply to you. Here's how you can help. Consistently give updates. Rotate staff between high and low stress level functions. Encourage work breaks and ensure that they know where they can find help. We are here for you.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Fresh lockdowns over in China as COVID-19 infections there reportedly spread to 11 provinces. And that's not the only emergency measure being used to stem the spread of the disease. Lockdowns also recently hit Russia and Eastern Europe. Here at home, the news not so grim, with Health and Wellness Minister, the Honourable Dr. Michael Darville, declaring that the days of lockdowns are pretty much behind Bahamians. Darville reasons that the Bahamas must instead manage the virus with new techniques. This as the emergency order left in place by the previous administration inches closer to its November 13th deadline. The Davis administration has made it clear, though, that it has no intention of renewing the order, an assurance the minister repeated.
It is our responsibility to lay in the House of Parliament new regulations on the way forward to manage the pandemic, and it is not the emergency orders. The Davis administration, like the rest of the world, have realized that lockdowns is not the way forward. It was a draconian measures that was necessary in the initial stages of the pandemic to ensure that we prepare our healthcare systems for potential waves that were coming. Tighter restrictions are necessary from time to time, and our tighter restrictions would revolve around proper monitoring of our clusters and ensuring that we have better digital platforms to monitor people in our clusters. And that is the direction we are going, and that is the direction that our administration have articulated we would go.
Patience beyond tested. Out of work for nearly 2 years, straw vendors continue the push to be back on the job, and all to make an honest day's living. Our Carla Palmer today caught up with a few of the frustrated downtown sellers.
Back on the job and working is where straw vendor Lisa Roll says she needs to be.
We're waiting for the market to open. We have tourists walking now, and we would appreciate if they would move quickly, because some days we have 3 boats, 4 boats, 5 boats in, and we need to, we have our bills to pay, and we have kids to take care of. It would be quite nice if they could open the market as quick as possible, because we have things to do.
It's been hard, but we're grateful. Now that the cruise ships are back, they're not full, but the little that they do come with, it's appreciative.
Lenora Mitchell's situation a bit different from the straw vendors in the downtown market. A product wholesaler and retailer of craft and other products, Mitchell reopened since July of last year on Market Slip, just adjacent to the downtown straw market. Nevertheless, she too has been impacted.
I had somewhere to come, and I'm grateful for that, Being on this side of the market, we are a wholesale and retail company, okay? And the wholesale side of it is completely gone because all of the vendors in the markets here and on the islands have been closed for so long. Some of the islands have reopened, but, we had to completely depend on retail for the persons coming on the cruise ships. And all I can say is that we're just still grateful. I'm just grateful to be here.
Mitchell says she can relate to how her neighbors in the straw market are feeling.
To be home for a long period of time, I'm grateful that we're back out. My sisters and brothers over there, my Bahamian people in the straw market, they're all home, and they need to come out to work, And so, it would be good if they would open back again.
She helped me out. She told me to come and bring my straw stuff, yeah. But I'm here with her for now until we open. When I saw the cruise ship in, I was like, what? Cruise ship is in? So I came downtown and I saw the cruise ship. So I took it upon myself and I was walking around, and then she was like, "You have any straw bags home?" So I said, "Yes, I was working home during the pandemic." So she said, "You could bring it and be right here with me." So I brought it out, and when I came out, I started to make sales.
Roll and Mitchell are hopeful that the straw market opens sooner rather than later. Carla Palmer, ZNS Network News.
Well, Stephen Gardner and Shawnee Miller-Weibo not the only ones bringing home gold for the Bahamas this year. So has the Ministry of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, and you can attribute that to it winning one of the industry's most coveted and widely recognized awards. The Bahamas has scored the Travel Weekly's Magellan Award for its newly relaunched website. The redesigned website, available in 6 languages, includes an itinerary planner allowing travelers to build a custom and what's called in-depth experiences pages that leverage the power of storytelling. That storytelling showcases the country's most unique experiences. The revamped website also offers new features and functionalities that make planning a vacation here not only fun, but easy and informative. Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, the Honorable Chester Cooper, called it a great honor that the Bahamas is acknowledged amongst the best in the industry. Joining in, Tourism Director General Joy Gibralou says the relaunch of Bahamas.com was truly a team effort, as each new feature was meticulously designed to ensure everyone who visits the site leaves with a deeper understanding of the destination.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Hear that? If you listen closely, you can hear the heartbeat of a nation. That unique sound of a great country pounding with colorful history, a rich culture, and unwavering ambition. When you look around, you recognize its pulse. The people who love to celebrate, who identify with triumph, a people who know how to be our brother's keeper. Commonwealth Bank, built by Bahamians, here for Bahamians, Bahamians helping Bahamians.
Tourism today, Bahamas tourism today.
Downtown Nassau is a
There's nothing as powerful as knowing where you belong. No more waiting. It's time to come home. Come home to friendly smiles. Come home to convenience. Come home to more interest on savings and lower fees. Come home to our bank and your bank. Come home to Bank of the Bahamas, your bank of solutions.
I love sunsets. Now that I'm retired, it's the simple things in life that are enjoyable. I couldn't say that a few years ago because I never thought of or planned for the inevitable, and I never considered the debt I would leave my family in.
BAF's final expense plan. Coverage up to $50,000 and it never decreases in value. Affordable monthly payments that never increase. Accidental death coverage and no medical exam or lab test required.
Now that I have BAF's final expense plan, I worry no more.
A staple in the New Providence community, burgled and vandalized. That's the Bahamas Humane Society. Thankfully, not a victim of puppy napping, but still the victim of a very unjust crime. Here's Antoine Smith.
It was after 10 on Sunday night when Inspector Percy Grant received the call.
I mean, it was like they tore off the place.
The Bahamas Humane Society ransacked by robbers looking to get away with a quick payday.
They did get away with a $500 float, but they have left us with a lot of damage.
Fencing torn and doors forced open. The whole ordeal delayed morning operations at the Donmore Avenue puppy shelter for hours.
Even the vet's office have been broken into. Nothing particularly, aimed at. But then again, trying to refile and put things back in order, medications and all that kind of thing, it is a bit daunting. We are pretty, the staff, everybody is depressed this morning.
The animals, however, safely tucked away in cages, coming out of the break-in unscathed. As for the animal shelter itself,
there's a lot of cabinet damages, of course, because they broke into and pried open doors and locks and so it's costing us. We just had the CBS here, and I think we went around $8,000 with locks and systems, and then the camera system $15,000, and then some fence damaging. So we are back.
The nonprofit Humane Society operates solely based on donations. What little in revenue is made goes directly back into feeding the shelter's pets. For them, the Sunday night break-in is not just a setback, but a direct threat to the organization's operations.
The Humane Society is going through so much right now, trying to, continue our efforts to the public to help during this pandemic, feeding animals at home, keeping up and feeding the surreys, doing so much, for the public for this stuff happen at this particular time. So, we'd like the public to help us keep staying alive.
For more on how to help, the Humane Society can be contacted at 323-5138. Antoine Smith, ZNS Network News.
And whether you're a Saxon, Valley, family, roots, or Genesis, Junkanoo runs deep in your veins. So as you can imagine, the postponement of the annual cultural festival has left many withdrawn. But Kelsey Johnson has a quick fix simply by putting together the pieces of a puzzle.
The pulsating sound that comes from the goatskin drum, the ringing of cowbells and melodic tunes blown from the trumpet are just a few pieces of the great Junkanoo puzzle. Junkanoo, a rich part of our culture, can now be included in game night thanks to Jigsaw Puzzle Bahamas. Owner Anton Thompson also found the missing piece of showcasing the country's unique festival to the world. He created the Junkanoo puzzle.
I always saw it as Junkanoo as a way to it was such an exciting parade, the lights, the costumes, the sound. And I always wanted to do something with Junkanoo besides, just the parade. And I felt that making it into a form of a puzzle would have been, a great activity. You got the colors, the energy, all captured in a photo. But, to put it together, it would be, a fun, adventurous, hobby that you would, have fun doing with your family and friends.
Capturing the sights from various parades was easy for this Junkanoo lover. So when it came to putting in the work for the puzzle, Thompson, a member of the Valley Boys Junkanoo group, says burning the midnight oil was natural for him.
Actually, I didn't really decide on one particular size. I wanted to do numerous sizes. Depends on, how competitive you wanted to be. If you wanted something simple like a 24-piece, I did it for a 24-piece. If you wanted that real hardcore, challenge, made it into 1,000 pieces. So it varies from 23, 63, 100, 140, 300, 500, 1,000 pieces.
Thompson shares the design concept.
Actually, it's photo paper. It's photo paper and cardboard. The same conventional puzzle that you buy at the stores. It's the same thing. It's just more Bahamian. Instead of the generic, you see a picture from somewhere around the world. I wanted to do it with, Bahamian culture, because it's not just Junkanoo puzzles that I do. It's like we're trying to do more Bahamian culture, Bahamian landscapes, all the islands, historical landmarks, different places on the islands that, that are significant.
And just like shaking the cowbells or lining up in the choreographed section, you need coordination, or like Bahamians say, a little rhythm.
Because it's not only just, for fun, it's also educational. And it's cognitive, because, puzzles are good for, sight, memory, So it's like a whole ton of things I thought about when I started the company. When I started the business, it was actually, targeting more of the tourists. Because, like I said, I'm a junkanoo. And I used to watch the way tourists used to interact with junkanoo. They wanted to buy the costumes. They wanted to buy, anything to carry back to say, I have a souvenir of the parade. And where junkanoo is one of the most top festivals in the world, I was like, there's got to be a smaller way that tourists could, capture.
Thompson was able to capture and box a piece of Bahamian culture.
Well, as we head to the break, we'd like to thank all our viewers watching us live on our social media platforms. And just in case you missed the news, be sure to head there to catch up. Stay with us. There's more after the break.
Tourism today. Bahamas tourism today.
Downtown Nassau is officially open for business on Sundays. Deputy Prime Minister, the Honorable Chester Cooper, along with Minister of Economic Affairs, Senator the Honorable Michael Akitis, toured the area, cashing in on some traditional Bahamian Sunday shopping.
Well, I came out today with the Honorable Minister for Economic Affairs to really look at what's happening on Bay Street today in terms of tourism, in terms of what's happening in the shops, given that this is our first official day for Sunday shopping. Things are looking up. We do see some traffic. The information needs to get out more and more to the cruise lines that we are open for business on Sunday. But so far, so good. Some vendors report that they're making sales. There are people employed. And really, this is the business of tourism, to cause there to be employment and, of course, to give our tourists a good experience. When we look at Bay Street, it's good to look at it on a Sunday when the traffic is slow because you get to examine the product. I'm pleased in the background we can see the new port underway, which is going to be a good boost for this area. We're seeing now the demolition of the Churchill building and some vendors right in the immediate area who are being impacted by the construction. But nonetheless, they are happy that they're able to make some sales. So this is good. We must continue the revitalization of Bay Street. We want to make this a mecca for shopping, not just on Sundays, but throughout the year, even during the peak and the slow periods. So it's important that we continue to build the product. That's what we're going to be focused on over the next several months. But today, I'm just happy to see that some people are making sales. People are employed. It's been an incredibly difficult time here on Bay Street and across the country. So I'm delighted to see the activity that's happening here today.
Visit your favorite boutique store in the downtown area today. Remember, tourism is everyone's business. I'm Joshua Robbins, and this is Tourism Today.
Across the Bahamas, we're more connected than ever before as we upgrade and expand our network, elevating your connection with BTC Superfast Fiber Internet. More people can access the best high-speed internet on our upgraded all-fiber optic network, providing you with a better experience working remotely, learning virtually, accessing more from home, and connecting with more opportunities. Visit our website or any store to upgrade to our super-fast fiber internet experience on the Bahamas' best fiber network.
KFC Saucy Wings gives you the choice. A precisely calculated chicken-to-sauce ratio for that perfect wing experience. Or a totally wild, completely coated sauce adventure that transcends traditional flavor boundaries. Whatever your choice, get sauced with KFC Saucy Wings for the perfect amount of flavor. Saucy Wings at KFC Nassau. So good.
Health is the greatest gift. That's where we come in. Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies is a premier distributor of medical equipment, as well as medical and surgical consumables. Our engineers are always on hand, providing top care service that saves lives. We carry a wide selection of over-the-counter and prescription items, IV fluids, and other injections. Our products are state-of-the-art, and our entire team stays on top of cutting-edge technology. With more than 2 decades of dedicated service, Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies continues to be a trendsetter and innovator in healthcare. We have set ourselves apart by truly caring for our customers. We understand the intricacies of healthcare, and we produce spectacular results. We cherish our partnerships and nurture our friendships. As we continue on our quest, to help everyone maintain that wonderful gift of good health. Find us on 9th, 5th Terrace, Centerville, right in the heart of the medical service epicenter of Nassau, Bahamas.
Life is better with Rubis Rewards. Just fuel up and swipe for your chance to win free fuel, cash back in our stores, restaurant and store discounts from our partners, plus prizes and surprises. It doesn't get better than this. Your Rubis Reward tag is free at every Rubis service station in New Providence. Get yours today. Rubis, it's just better.
When you want to save money on your tile supplies, who you gonna call? The Tile King. When you tile your house and you want to look good, who you gonna call? The Tile King.
Visit the new Tile King showroom, which is internationally recognized as the finest tile showroom in the Caribbean, located in the Builders Mall on Wolf Road.
The Tile King. Who you gonna call? The Tile King.
Tiles on everything.
Everything is changing, and your favorite hardware and home improvement store is getting with the program. We Buy You Sell is rolling out its new online shopping feature. If you go to our website, wbusbahamas.com, it's a quick and easy 3-step process. Step 1, browse the gallery and select your item. Step 2, add to cart. And Step 3, check out. Go to our website, wbusbahamas.com, to shop with us today.
That's why we got the... Having a policy with Bahama Health is more than just health insurance. It's about feeling good knowing that your health and wellness is covered. It's about the confidence you feel knowing that your card is accepted by over 50 pharmacies and 400 local doctors. It's about peace of mind, knowing that when you travel, you have comprehensive coverage and our overseas partner is just a phone call away. It's about the security you feel, knowing that you're an important part of the family.
Join the family.
At BPL, we are champions of safety.
It is at this core of every decision, every project, and before the start of every job, we think safe and we work safe.
We ensure that our work environment is clean and free of debris, and we perform daily inspection on our equipment, tools, and vehicles. These simple but important steps help us to be more productive and prevent possible injuries.
As employees, we realize that we have a responsibility to ourselves and our coworkers to follow all the necessary protocols. That means wearing the correct PPE for the jobs that we are about to tackle. Hard hats, steel-toe boots, proper eyewear, and company-issued uniforms.
It's a shared responsibility for us. By following these simple but important safety protocols, we'll reach our goal of getting to zero. Zero on-the-job injuries and zero lost-time accidents.
Shell Unleaded improves your fuel economy, giving increased miles per gallon, allowing you to do more of what you really want. Special additives used in Shell Unleaded improve your engine's efficiency. So go further with Shell Unleaded. Venture out to beaches, Junkanoo, and festivals and bring home memories that will last a lifetime. Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
Member of Parliament for Central and South Abaco, John Pinder, committing to addressing a number of outstanding matters on that. His charge coming after a joint tour of a number of facilities there. Pinder told constituents via social media newsletter that rectifying the pre-Dorian housing situation, including the infamous spring domes, is a high priority. He further explains that among the island's many immediate needs, upgrades to the Leonard Thompson International Airport and restoration to the, quote, crumbling health facilities damaged by Dorian. The MP also set high hopes for the Abaco commercial fishing industry and future developments. Pinder ending the post by promising to get a number of these projects complete while continuing to address challenges on the ground. Well, it's time now for a check on Family Island weather with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, McKitchener. Outside of our studios, we are under mostly cloudy skies, temperature 84 degrees, the relative humidity at 78%. We have south-southwest winds at 8 miles per hour, the barometric pressure 1,014.3 millibars. That is 29.94 inches, and the pressure is steady. Temperatures around the islands this evening, they are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We're protecting you. 82 degrees in Freeport, Grand Bahama, and Grand Torquay, Marshall, Barbacoa at 84. 82 in the Berry Islands, Alistown, Bimini, 81 degrees, 81 in Harbor Island. Rock Sound, Eleuthera, 84. Black Point, Exuma, and Kemps Bay, St. Andrews at 86. Fresh Creek, Central Andrews, 84 degrees. 84 is also in Artistown, Canal Island, San Salvador, and Rumkey, Exuma. Georgetown at 84 degrees. 85 in Ragged Island, Clarence, Long Island, and Crooked Island. Betsy Bay, 84, Acklands, 84, Matthew-Town, Inagua, 85, and the Turks and Caicos Islands also reporting 85 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Builders Mall, home of FYP, the Tile King, and the Paint Setter. In the Northwestern Islands, southwest to west winds, speeds 10 to 15 knots, wave heights 2 to 4 feet. High tide, that will take place at 11:48 tonight with no caution flags up. For the central Bahamas, southerly winds 10 to 15 knots, wave heights 2 to 4 feet. In the southeast Bahamas, the wind southeast at 10 to 15, wave heights also 2 to 4 feet. And then tomorrow, which is Tuesday, in the northwestern islands, that southwest to west wind will continue, but just a slightly stronger at 15 knots, wave heights 3 to 5 feet. Low tide 5:47 in the morning, high tide at 12:14 in the afternoon. In the central islands, the winds become westerly at 10 to 15 knots, wave heights holding at 2 to 4 feet. In the southeast, the winds fall off light and variable with very flat sea conditions 1 to 3 feet over the ocean. And on Wednesday in the northwestern islands, we will have a northwest flow as a frontal system is expected to go through. Speeds 10 to 15 knots, wave heights 2 to 4 feet. The low tide on Wednesday takes place at 7:34 in the morning with a high tide at 1:04 in the afternoon. In the central islands, southwest to west 10 to 15, wave heights 2 to 4 feet. In the southeast, the light and variable conditions will continue. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
Sailorman sound, Crawley Gray, your boat needed bailing out. Yeah, the sailorman sound.
And that's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned, your extended weather forecast is still ahead.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home health care supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price. And you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you. At the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
The new Cash and Go mobile wallet. The mobile wallet would allow you to load funds from any branded debit or credit card free of charge. Send funds locally to others with the wallet using just their mobile number. Pay utility bills and more. It helps you keep track of your daily transactions. Android users download the mobile app from the Play Store, while Apple users can download from the Apple App Store. Cash and Go's new mobile wallet. Easy, simple, safe, and secure.
The past is what drives us, but it is no more. In it, we learn valuable lessons about where we came from. The future is what we aspire to, but it is yet to be written. Thinking about it allows us to plan for a better tomorrow. The present is the only thing we possess right now. It is the moment when we rise to the occasion, so that we stand in the beauty and wonder of who we are. Where our strength really matters, because our resilience speaks for itself. We plan for where we are today, a strong company, a powerful network, built by the people, for the people, because we believed in best, because we lived for the moments, and we delivered. You know what we were. And now, you get to see who we are. We are alive.
You watch them grow and make plans for them even before they're old enough to talk. You spend a lifetime of sacrifice to pave the way for their success and create a tomorrow you too can be proud of. Can you tell who is the investor? At Leno, we believe everyone who has ever put a penny aside for a future dream is an investor. If you're new to investing, Leno's financial experts stand ready to design plans based on your goals. Let's sit down and explore the options one-on-one and see how, together, we can make your dreams come true. Whether considering traditional investments like a new home, car, your own business, security in retirement, or your child's college fund, we take the confusion out of the process and make an investor out of you. Call 396-3225 for an appointment. Leno, your bridge to the future.
Great, that's you? Girl, don't be calling my name in public like that. What you saying?
Hey, radio, why are you?
Come to get my car license.
Yeah, but you don't have to be here.
No?
No, you could just go to My Gateway. My Gateway is a fast, easy, and secure way to access and pay all government services online.
So what you do?
I went to mygateway.gov.bs, registered with a government-issued ID, and bam, I was done. I scheduled an appointment, and in less than 20 minutes, I was straight.
Oh, shoot.
Rainbow evaporated milk, large, 2 for 99 cents. Super Beet sardines, 3.7 ounce, 79 cents. Super Value purified water, 1 gallon, $1.39. Sweet Gala apples, 3 for 89 cents. Ground turkey, 99 cents per pound. These specials fit perfectly into handy tote bags, 2 for only $3 at Super Value and quality supermarkets. Open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. That's Super Value and quality supermarkets.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
The Caribbean Junior Cycling Championships taking place over the weekend in the Dominican Republic. The Bahamas represented by a 2-member team, Felix Neely and Barron Musgrove Jr. Neely took part in the 17 to 18 junior division where he finished 11th in both the time trial and the road race. Musgrove was in the 15 to 16 juvenile division. He too finished 11th in the time trial. However, in the road race, Musgrove was involved in a crash and did not finish the race. Well, after being postponed at the beginning of the year, the Don't Blink Home Run Derby will return to our shores in December with all health and safety protocols in place. Organizer Todd Isaacs Jr. says it's all about giving back.
You know, we play a sport that allows us to go places, see places, but you know, at the end of the day, you have to really come home and use that platform to make it a little better place. It was people before us, athletes before us, you know, famous celebrities before us in their respective past that didn't use their platform to build a bridge. Here in the Bahamas, you know, our best baseball field is in a prison. So that just goes to show that, you know, with the lack of funds, the lack of, you know, respect to the game, we still are able to produce the most professional athletes in the Bahamas. And that's cool to be a part of that number, because if you go around, you know, amateur baseball that isn't really invested in, and, you know, being able to have guys sign at 16 years old, change their families' lives is a cool thing to be a part of.
The ladies' edition of the White Sands Bahamas College Golf Invitational came to a close yesterday at the Ocean Club course on Paradise Island. It was a competitive 3 days of play with the Campbell University Camels coming out on top in the team division. The University of Nebraska was 4 shots back in second. They were followed by Miami, Mercer, Florida International, Northern Illinois, and Iowa. Individually, Nebraska's Kristen Beatty captured his first career title. The men's edition of the tournament takes place later this week.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
What if you looked in the mirror and saw something different? A small difference, a big difference.
What if that difference changed your life forever? What if it caused you to question your beauty? Your body may change, a small change, a big change, but your life is defined by your interior, not your exterior. I felt, I called, I tested, I acted. I won. I am the cure, a living story of survival. Be the cure. Live the life you love and love the life you live. At Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center, your life matters.
Today is a day for fun. Today is a day for family. So why should yesterday's worries affect my today? That's why I insure my family with J.S. Johnson, because their mission is to provide us with the best insurance coverage possible. With J.S. Johnson, I know my family comes first, so I take comfort in knowing that they always have us covered, providing us with a great today and an even better tomorrow.
J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, giving you peace of mind.
BTC gives more savings on the best fiber internet. It's super fast with super savings in every package. Compare and see for yourself. Enjoy the best home internet experience for all your work, study, and entertainment.
Best rate, no delay. Best rate, no delay.
Visit a BTC store to sign up for the best internet experience on the Bahamas' best fiber network.
As a professional graphic artist, I work from anywhere in the world. When I travel, I try to keep up with my paperwork and bills as much as possible, utilizing NIB's ESS, or Employee Self-Service Portal, to submit my monthly payments and to upload my contribution statement makes life easier. The portal is pretty easy to use too. I consider it to be user-friendly. It asks all the necessary questions to guide me through uploading my contribution statement, and I like that it calculates my payments. The NIB representative who showed me how to use the portal, she was patient, friendly, and knowledgeable. I used to fill out my contribution statement manually and visit an NIB office every month to make payments. But now the ESS portal allows for the entire process to be completed online in a time-efficient manner. Like, yay, thank you, that's done. You should sign up today at ess@nib-bahamas.com.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of cancer deaths in the Bahamas and in Bahamian women. At present, we are unable to prevent breast cancer, but performing screening mammograms can detect breast cancer at its earliest when there are no symptoms and when it is more likely to be treated successfully. All women should have a primary healthcare provider who is aware of their medical history, family history, and risk factors. Women 40 to 45 years can choose whether to start screening in consultation with their physician. All women 45 to 54 years should have an annual mammogram. Women older than 55 years can have a yearly mammogram or choose to have one every 2 years. Monthly breast self-exams in conjunction with the mammogram can increase the odds of early detection. Be proactive about your health.
Here are your COVID-19 isolation tips. Protecting others while in quarantine or self-isolation. While in quarantine or self-isolation, use safety measures to protect yourself and community from spreading COVID-19. Being in quarantine or self-isolation can make you feel anxious or stressed. Ensure that you take care of your emotions. Physical distancing does not mean socially disconnected. Stay connected with family and friends digitally. Keep a daily routine. Exercise daily, get rest, eat healthy, engage in activities, avoid unhealthy behaviors, and seek information from credible sources. You are not alone. Contact our hotline at 819-7652 or any of the numbers that appear on your screen.
Right here, man, right here. Carol.
Hey.
You vaccinated?
Bro, I keep telling you, it don't really make sense to get vaccinated because all the people who get vaccinated, they still dying.
You don't be listening to the vaccine committee press conference. Dr. Dan Regis has been given real statistics. I actually have it ready on my phone. Hey, 6 people, brother. Out of 411 hospitalizations, 400 were unvaccinated. 11 had one dose and none were fully vaccinated. And out of 53 COVID deaths, 52 were unvaccinated. One had one dose. And all the people who were fully vaccinated, ain't none of them dead.
I hear that all the vaccinated people still die. How would they say?
See, I didn't tell you about getting your information on what's up. Go to reputable sources, OPM, the Ministry of Health, CDC, or the World Health Organization. I can send you the links, man.
When a hurricane watch or warning has been issued, it is extremely important to be prepared and know just what to do. Stay informed about the storm's path by listening to the radio or television for hurricane progress reports. Check emergency food and household supplies. Be sure you have extra batteries for flashlights and radios. Bring in outdoor items like lawn furniture and garden tools. Anchor objects that cannot be brought inside. Secure buildings by closing and boarding up windows. Remove outside antennas and satellite dishes. Turn refrigerators and freezers to the coldest settings, opening only when absolutely necessary and closing quickly. Purchase ice and store it in an ice chest. Keep drinking water in clean jugs and bottles. Clean your bathtub with bleach and fill it with water for washing and flushing, not for drinking, making sure to keep the bathroom door closed so that small children cannot access the filled tub. Do not go out to videotape or take photos of the storm. Take pictures from inside where it is safe and dry. There is no harm in being overly cautious where a hurricane is concerned. It is truly better to be safe than sorry. This public service announcement has been brought to you by the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas in conjunction with the National Emergency Management Agency.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather, the tropics remain quiet again this evening, and that is because we have some strong upper-level wind sharing taking place across the tropical belt, and that will continue to keep a lid on tropical developments. Nevertheless, though, there's an area of low pressure expected to form just off the coast of New York over the next couple of days, and that has about a 40% chance of becoming a tropical cyclone of some sort. So we'll keep our eyes on that over the next few days. Frontal system, that's right now across southern Florida, and ahead of that is some prefrontal activity across the Bahamas, as we'll see in a short while when we go to our satellite picture. But this front itself will push through sometime late tomorrow evening, and that will usher in a cool stream of air. Satellite pictures are showing the prefrontal activity cranking up some showers and thunderstorms, particularly in the vicinity of Abaco and Grand Bahama, and some of that will continue to sink towards the southeast during the course of tonight. Our forecast for tonight, by the way, calls for considerable cloudiness with a thunderstorm or two developing late tonight. Low temperature getting down to 76 degrees. And tomorrow it's going to be a mixed bag of cloud and sunshine with a stray shower still possible. High temperature tomorrow, 86 degrees. Extended weather forecast. Going to have some milder Daytime temperatures are right into Wednesday, where we'll see the high temperature drop to about 85 degrees, and we'll keep you in the mid-70s during the nighttime. And then there will be a second front push through on Friday, and that will bring in even cooler nighttime temperatures, low 70s for a couple of days, and those daytime temperatures, by the way, will get into the low 80s. Okay, Sheila?
Well, thanks, Basil. That does it for the Bahamas tonight. Thank you for continuing to make ZNS your first choice for news and information. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. And as we celebrate our 44th year of television broadcasting, it feels great to be your home. From all of us here at ZNS, thank you for watching and good night.